It's been 5 months since I had Remy, and I've realised that I've not really been documenting the experience, and it is an experience. It really is something that I could talk about for so long. I've changed and grown so much, Remy's changed and grown so much, and ideally it's something that I would have been doing monthly updates of since he was born, but I've just like not had any kind of routine, and not even because of parenting being hard or anything like that, just because I've been like really fucking lazy and I've been using my new motherhood as an excuse. So better late than never. I'm now going to be doing monthly updates. I'm going to be doing Remy's updates on this channel, and I'm going to be doing my updates for how I'm feeling physically, emotionally every month on my blog, which I set up a few weeks ago. Just realised I've not actually introduced my blog on this channel yet. Just yasminjohow.co.uk. I'll leave it linked below. I've only done 3 posts so far. I've done the day I found out I was pregnant with Remy, the day I gave birth, so my labour and birth story, and I also did a post about my favourite vegan food up north. So I'll be updating that weekly. It's so much easier to write a blog than it is to film a YouTube video, mostly because I don't have to put on makeup to write a blog. I've really been enjoying writing again. I got a lot of really lovely comments on my labour and birth story, so I'd really like it if you check that one out, if any. That was such a long, boring intro, I'm so sorry. I'm really not used to like doing YouTube or just talking in general to anyone who's not a baby. It's hard. So, Remy at 5 months is an absolute bloody treat. Like, he is so... I love him so much. I know it's so cliche, but like I'm just loving him more and more every day, and he's like growing into such a little boy. Like, he's not even a baby anymore. I mean, he is, but he's like not. He is just the best baby. Like, honestly, I don't want to tempt fate, and I know that like babies change so much month to month, which is why I want to do these updates. But at the moment, and for the past 5 months, he's been like a fucking dream. Like, and I'm so glad because of the fact that me and Danny didn't have experience with babies before this. I think if we'd had a difficult baby, we like really wouldn't have handled it very well, I don't think. I mean, I'm sure we would have just gone with it, but I'm just really grateful that he is the way he is. He started screaming, as in, you know, like not crying, but just like he'll scream when he's happy, he'll scream when he's bored, mostly when he's bored. Like, it's quite an attention seeking thing, I think. I think it's quite cute, but sometimes he goes so loud with it. Like, he's obviously just finding his voice, but he'll just scream. And he was doing it the other day in Tesco, and I think me and Danny had our first like public meltdown, because it's just horrible. Like, even though he wasn't crying, he was being so bloody loud and everyone was just staring at us, and it was just like, oh god. Yeah, other than that, like, he never really cries. He gets cranky. He goes to sleep at about 7:30 in the evening, and from about 6 he'll get a bit pissed off because he'll be like overtired, but he won't, like, for some reason, I don't know why, it happens every single day, he won't want his bottle, but then he won't go to sleep unless he's had milk, so I have to just wait for like an hour until he wants his milk, and then he'll have it and go to sleep. And it's just like, we didn't need to have that fussy hour, but like he'll just do it every single night. But I don't really mind, like, because of how good he is the rest of the time, and because of the fact that I know he's going to be a bit of a nightmare in the evening, like, I don't really mind, but it's a bit annoying. It's like, just drink your bloody milk. But he's a very good sleeper, and he has been since he was about 10 weeks old. So he'll go to bed between like 7 and 8 at night, and then we'll dream feed him at about 11 when we go to bed, and then he won't wake up again until anywhere from like 6:30 till 8:30 in the morning. Once he slept through till like nearly 10 in the morning, which was incredible. I wish he did that more often. But I really can't complain. Like, it's not very nice waking up at 7 every morning, but I know a lot of babies sleep a lot worse than that, so I'm grateful. It's just I've always been the kind of person who sleeps for like 12 hours a night. I just really love sleep, so it's been an experience getting used to getting up so early. He did hit the 4-month sleep regression thing, I think. He basically had 2 weeks where he was sleeping not as well, like he was waking up in the night at about 4 or 5, but it turned out he actually had an ear infection, so it was probably due to that and not the 4-month sleep regression thing. But that wasn't too bad. Like, I think Me and Danny like overreact a lot, like because Remy is like a really good baby, anytime he does anything that's not perfect, we're just like, oh, for fuck's sake. So he literally would wake up once in the night at like 4 AM and we would act like it was the end of the world. We'd be like, oh my god, we've not slept in weeks, but it's like, literally it was fine. I think we're just really dramatic. In terms of food, I thought we were going to end up weaning earlier than the 6-month recommendation because he's a very big baby. We've not had him weighed, but he's so much heavier and taller than all of his friends. But also I'm 5'8" and Danny's 6'5", and me and Danny both have huge appetites, so what were we expecting really? We gave him a few of those first taste pouches, like Ella's Kitchen and like Aldi do some as well, because they say like 4 to 6 months on them, but he just doesn't really care. Like, he had a little bit of them, but he just isn't that arsed. He prefers to like suck the end of them. I think he just wants anything that seems like milk. Like I gave him some mango as well and he just wanted to suck it. Which is like fair enough, like I'm not in a rush to give him food really. He can't fully sit up properly yet either, so because our plan is to do baby-led weaning, and we're going to start doing baby-led weaning at 6 months, but obviously if he's not sitting up by 6 months I'm just going to prolong it because it doesn't really matter. So I guess we'll wait and see what the next update holds. But yeah, he's like trying to sit up and he can sit up for like 5-10 seconds, but he's just very wobbly and he'll like lean forward a lot, and I don't know if that's like good for them, so I'm not really pushing it. I'm just sort of, I'm sure he'll do it by himself at some point. He's still rolling all the time. I think I mentioned in my last video he learnt to roll at like 8 weeks. It was quite early on that he learnt to roll like front to back and back to front, and now he just rolls everywhere and it's really cute, but also he'll roll onto his front like when he's sleeping with his face pressed against the side, and then he gets really annoyed because he'll be like whacking his head off the side. So the whole rolling thing is like, it's good I guess, but also he ends up just annoying himself with it, so that's a bit of a shame. He's sort of learning to crawl a tiny bit. I don't know if you can call it crawling, but the past few days he started like shuffling. It's essentially like he's crawling with the bottom half of his body, but then his arms are down by his side and his leg and his face is on the sofa, so like he's just dragging himself along. It's a bit sinister looking actually, but it's really cute. He's just so funny. In terms of things that he likes to do, he just really likes to grab things, mostly my hair. He's been grabbing my hair like literally since he was in hospital. He started putting it in his mouth, which is really gross. He'll grab my glasses. He's finally sharted. He's finally started showing interest in toys, which is really, really cute. It's so, I think when he started showing interest in toys, that was when I realised how much he's grown up. Because for weeks he only really cared about those like squishy, like crinkly books. He has like 5 of them and he like fucking adores them. But then recently he's just been playing with everything, and that's really nice. Like, it's nice just watching him like entertain himself. I don't know, I don't really know what else to say. He's just really fucking happy. He definitely gets it from Danny. Like, he just thinks life is such a joy and he's really chilled out. He's just lovely. I honestly couldn't ask for anything more. Like, I love him so much. He just like, he has a way of making people feel special, which I know sounds so silly because he's 5 months old. Like, for me, with a lot of my friends, they were very much, I think all of them were kind of under the impression that like they didn't get along with babies and babies never like them, and if they pick him up he'll start screaming and like he's gonna hate them and stuff, and he literally just loves everyone. And like so many people have said to me, oh, he's the first baby that actually likes me and things like that, and it's just really nice. Like, I know it sounds silly, but I just feel like he makes people feel happy and makes them feel nice. And like, even when like strangers come up to me, like a lot of the time it's sort of like middle-aged to older women, and anytime they come up to us, like he's always like laughing with them and like letting them play with him. Like, he never, I don't know what it is. Like, I've had it in the past where I've like tried to chat to a baby and they've just looked at me like, can you not? Or they've started crying, and it makes you feel so shit. Like, I don't know why, but it's so horrible when a baby doesn't like you, because you're just like, you don't even know anything about the world and you already don't like me. So I think it's really nice that he likes everyone, because it just, yeah, it makes people feel good. And yeah. His favourite person in the whole world is Danny, and I think it's always gonna be Danny. He's absolutely obsessed with him. Like, I think babies are like that with their dads anyway, but it's ridiculous. Like, Danny will be eating or like exercising or literally just walk into the room, and Remy's there like fucking clapping his hands and stomping his feet and like laughing his head off. He just thinks he's like, Danny can just exist and Remy just thinks it's amazing. I don't really know what else to say. I think that's it. Basically, I have the best baby in the world. And if he's not the best baby in the world, which he might not be, there's a lot of babies, then he's definitely the cutest. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please do check out my blog if you like reading things. I know I say it all the time, but I genuinely have like a blog and YouTube schedule now, so I am going to be uploading more consistently. I want to say once a week on each platform, but I'm not going to promise anything. If you want consistency from me, then you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram. I'll link them both below, but my name is Yasmin Johar X on both of them. I'm getting into Instagram a lot more at the moment, so I'm like using my stories every day and I'm posting at least once a day. So follow me there if you want, and thanks for watching. Bye!